One of my subscribers is shopping at Home Depot and she sees these gorgeous chandeliers and she starts taking video of it, and then she sends it to me on text message, and I thought, challenge accepted. Also, Wayfair has them on their website, of course. So I gave it a look there, and I'll show you guys exactly where I got my inspiration from for this video. My name is Miranda, and I have a huge passion for crafting and building and making things. If that's something you think you would enjoy, I hope you decide to stick around for more. Before I get into the video, I want to let you guys know this video is sponsored by Skillshare. So I want to thank my friends over there at Skillshare for sponsoring another video. They are really, really awesome. They totally support our crafts and our love for crafts and what we do here. If you've never heard of Skillshare or you've never signed up, what are you waiting for? They have a platform of over 25,000 different classes ranging from like graphic designing, web designing, and then to the fun stuff. They have DIYs, they have brush lettering, and just so many different things. How to YouTube also. And if that is something you think you would like, you can just try it out with a 2-month free trial. You're not obligated to do anything. If you don't like it, you certainly don't have to stick to it. But if you do, and I think that you will, it's only like $10 a month for a premium membership. I don't make any money, a commission or anything off of the link, but it is something that they provide if you want to check it out for free. So with that said, let's start the video. So I start with 2 embroidering rings. These are 14 inches. I got them from Hobby Lobby for 50% off. The regular price is $5.99. So I paid like $3 each for them. What I did was just lay it out and mark it at 4 1/4 inches all the way around to create an even gap in between each mark. And then I used a drill bit to make a hole at 4 1/4 inches around the face of them. Now I'm going to take some dowels and cut them all to where they are 10 inches and make a little hole on each side of my dowel. And really and truly, looking back, I could have just done 4 of them like this and glued the rest of them in, but it didn't dawn on me till after I already did all the work. Anyway, just keep that in mind if you want to, if you decide to recreate something like this. I just take some small screws, and the smallest screws that I have are a 1/2 inch long, and I run those from the inside through the dowel, through the embroidering ring, and they're sticking out past the ring. I'm going to come back and fix that later. So once I have all the dowels inside of my ring, then I do the top ring the same way. I just well, actually, I kind of do a little shortcut here. I just hold my dowel straight up and then hold the top ring to it, and then I just drill it right through. So I get to skip measuring and marking on the top ring because of that. So once my top and bottom rings are both on, I realized, oh wow, I didn't have to screw them all in. So then I decided to start gluing them. So for my X's, I'm going to be gluing those, and I prep 20 10-inch dowels. And I'm just going to lay them in the shape of an X in between each spoke. And I add glue to the tops and the bottom of each of my dowels. And when I get the first slash of the first, the X or whatever, I lay that and glue it inside the dowel. I was like, okay, it's sticking nice and flat. But that second one did not. So for the second one, I'm going to use some paper clips that I got out of the office section of Dollar Tree. After I glue it, I'm just going to clip the dowel and into the embroidering ring, kind of like a clamp, and let the glue sit there and cure for about 15 minutes, and then I'll do the other set of X's. So I take a pack of these barbecue skewers, much like dowels, except for they're 3 feet, and I hold them across the top of my chandelier, and I just get an idea of where I wanted to run these across. And I wanted to make something just so I knew that I would find, that I would have something to hang my gems from. So I just hold the dowel, like I said, to the ring, and figured out where I wanted to pierce a little hole. Then I fed the dowel stick through it, seeing where it hit on the other side of the ring. I did that 2 more times so that I have 3 dowels going across, and then I thought, maybe I should just add 2 more. Just in case, you know, if I need them, I have them. And if I don't, well, that's okay. So, it didn't take long at all. Anyway, and then these 2, I went the opposite direction, and I just kind of fanned those out. Now is the time that I go ahead and back the screws out. So I back them out just enough that they're still screwed in into the dowel and to the ring, but they're just not sticking out. And I also make sure to add a lot of hot glue around each and every single dowel. Then I go outside and I spray paint it gold because I didn't have enough silver to paint this. And I looked at it and thought, wow, that's really dark. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. So I decided to grab some Mod Podge and silver glitter. I made a mixture and I started painting that on. And I had to go pretty thick to get a good coverage with this. Once I had it on, I just let that sit outside for about an hour. Next thing I do is grab some chains from the floral baskets at Dollar Tree, and all I need from these chains are the clips at the bottom, and I paint those silver, and I hook them around a jump ring that's on these strands of gems. And I'll tell you guys about these gems here in a moment. So I hook them as if they're chains. I do that for all 3 that I have, and then I thought, well, I need to figure out how I'm going to hang them and where the little clips are going to go. And so I just feed them through the dowels that's overhanging, and I grabbed my level just to make sure it was hanging even. The first try, it was hanging even. That's why I was so surprised. But anyway, I then go about an inch to the right of each of them and pierce another hole with my drill bit. And I wanted to make sure to get it the hole kind of close to the top of the ring, just so I could, run my clip through it without any problems. Next, I snip off the excess dowels that's hanging way too far. I clip those with some floral cutters, and then I sand or file the nub down to be flush and even with the embroidering ring. And of course, I messed up my paint job or my Mod Podge job. And because it's Mod Podge and glitter, it was really, really easy to touch up. Wow, I just couldn't believe it. I'm glad I didn't spray paint it, a color I was happy with, and did this, because it did blend so well, and I don't think it would have with just regular paint. It's time for the fun part. It's time to decorate our chandelier, and all I do is drape the gems through the dowels. And actually, how I started this was I was just going to get an idea of how I wanted it to hang, and then I was like, I'm not touching it. That's perfect. So I ended up sticking with what I started with, and I used some adhesive bling wrap just as tape to secure the little jump rings from sliding and gliding. I just didn't want to use glue in case I want to reuse these gems later in the future. Then I take another embroidery ring that I have, just in my craft box. I've had it forever. And I strand 14 gems around those, and I feed it through the center. And then, I changed it like I don't even know how many times. And I was like, So I mushroomed the gems out and across the face of it. And I still have a bunch of gems left over. So I thought, well, I'm going to take some and run them from the top clip and across the front. And from the front, there are only 3 gems past the rim. From the inside of the rim, there are 6 gems past the rim. In the center, they're hanging 9 gems past the rim. If you're still here, you want to know about those Amazon gems. I got 99 feet, y'all, for $27. And 3 weeks ago, I made a lamp shelf and I used chandelier gems. And for those, I used glass ones. Now, these that I'm using this time are acrylic. And I absolutely could not be happier with these acrylic gems. Gems are so clear. There's no haze. There's no cloudiness. There's no milkiness to them. I am so impressed. And I totally recommend them. They are $27 for, like I said, 100 feet. That is my 2 cents on the gems. With that said, I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful week, a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon with another DIY.